Oh, hello, and welcome to the latest installment of And Sarah Appeared. My name is Sarah, and I'm appearing before you today because right now we're in a very sensitive time with a lot of people, and I know that I've made a commitment to God and a commitment to myself to make positivity more of a normal thing and to keep on with the vibration of positivity. No matter what's going on in my life, I do have a responsibility to emit the love of God and the light of Christ to whoever encounters my video or my platform. And I plan on sticking with that commitment because with everything that's happened in recent stories, especially with people who are just having a hard time coping with life, no matter what the issue is. It's important for us to, it's important for everybody, not just people within the body of Christ, but it's very important for us to be aware of the actions that we take and how they can affect someone else, and be aware of the actions that we don't take and how that can affect another life. It is important for us to be brave enough to come beyond ourselves, to be vulnerable, and to let people know that we're not okay, and let people know when we need help. A lot of us consider ourselves subconsciously like lone wolves. That's obviously not biblical, and I don't know if that's even spiritually sound in any arena, because environment and community and people are important, and honestly, love matters. And sometimes when you're the person where you've always been strong, and you've always emitted light, and you've always uplifted people, and you've always contributed something that was positive, and you carry the light of Christ in you, but you don't even go to church, or you don't even subscribe to anything that is of Christ theology. But when people see you and they encounter your soul, they have just had an encounter with Christ because of how high of a consciousness you are and how light of a soul you are. Jesus was who he was before there was any theology for what he represented it. So we wouldn't have the Bible that we have. We wouldn't have the theology that we have if that man had not lived his life according to what God had commanded. And that was literally through his love walk. And that was literally through how he did not overlook people who were high or low. Like, he literally had a commitment to loving people out of their pain. And I think with myself, we can get so caught up in, I've never nurtured myself. I've never been there for myself. I've never been able to care for myself. And we can get so caught up in me, Marsha. We get so caught up in it that we don't even realize that if you don't get over yourself and get over yourself in the right way, you'll never be able to extend saving somebody else. Because our walk with Christ is not about us, it's about the next person that we don't even know. And when we look inside and we see, this one's done this to me, and that one's done that to me, and this one's done this, and all these things have happened, but we're not doing anything or even allowing the God that we profess in to do a work in us or change us, because we're comfortable in our pain and in our trauma, and we use it as a security blanket, in hindsight, we're actually selfish. We're selfish because we're stagnating the lives that we could be touching and affecting. We're selfish because we're not giving our gifts back to the world. We're refusing to be the light on the hill because we've allowed everything in life to dim us, and we're too afraid to say, I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep being a light. When there's other people out there who go through things 10 times worse. Some people don't go through things as worse, but they still keep their light on. And not only that, but they spread light to others. Everything that they do looks more like Christ than this Christian. There's people out there who are brave enough to get up every day and say, I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna try one more time. I'm not going to fall out. I'm going to lay everything down and I'm going to be the best person that I can be and contribute something, if it's not, even if it's just a smile. And those are the people that usually have the loudest silent screams. I had to learn to scream out loud. I had to learn to want the attention because I needed it. Because if I didn't get it in the way, if I didn't reach out and say I'm not okay, then I wouldn't have seen how many people would have responded to me not being okay and responded in a positive way. As much criticism as there's been a lot of people that have said, I feel you, I've been there, and you're gonna get through this if you want to. And so it's a work in progress. But the people who are always emitting light into this world, the people who are always encouraging you and bringing a smile to your face, and the people who are not always complaining and saying, I'm having a bad day, and those people we need to really vet, and we need to really come out of ourselves and check on them and see, are you okay? This doesn't go further than me and you. If you are not okay, I want you to unload. I want you to unpack. And I want to be a safe place for you. I want to be a safe space for you to be able to let me know, what do you need? Even if it's, do you need me to hold you? Can I pray for you? I've just learned this year to be vocal about not being okay. I have lost myself. I've found myself. I've lost God, lost sight of him, found him again, lost him, found him again. And I've been screaming at the rooftops and saying different things, and I feel good. I don't regret any of it. The rants, the crying, the ups, the downs, because I couldn't keep it silent anymore. I couldn't keep my screams silent anymore. And I think the problem is with both males and females, with society, we have to always be strong and be tough and go on. And you don't have to be strong all the time. You owe it to yourself to keep going, but you don't have to be strong. You don't have to have pride. I've had to learn that. It's okay to say, I need help. It's okay to say, I don't really know what's going on with me. It's okay to say, I don't know if I want to be here anymore. It happens. It's okay to say, pray for me, I need prayer. And it's okay also to come out of your own self and come out of your issues and notice and look and see when someone needs prayer. Sometimes we have to be open enough so much to God and his voice, and we got to come out of ourselves that we have to allow God to drop somebody in our spirit so that we can pray for them, so that we can say, and we don't have to tell nobody, we could just pray for them. This year has been a twilight year. It's been a year of a dark night of the soul, where we have literally collectively come to the ends of ourselves. I think everybody at one point has had a come to Jesus moment. I think I've had the most. But if I could say anything, if you need to have a come to Jesus moment, have your come to Jesus moment and keep having it. It doesn't matter who's watching, who's looking. A, a cry for help in the middle of the street is better than a silent scream and being alone and having the weight of the world on your shoulders and literally not being able to tell anyone, I'm okay. And we as a community, as a Christian community, as a collective, we've got to make it to where, yes, we take accountability for our issues. Yes, we take accountability for when we're the villain. Yes, we take accountability for when we're toxic. But just like in the movie Joker, every villain has an origin and has a backstory. And sometimes you're the villain in your own story. And then sometimes you're the hero and you're putting good and light and love and Christ and everything else out there to everybody, but ain't nobody checking on you. Nobody's seeing, are you okay? Do you need anything? And nobody's definitely hitting their prayer mat praying for you. We always say, pray for our strong friends. Pray for the silent ones. Pray for the ones that are always encouraging you. Pray for the ones that you don't even think about. Ask God, God, is there anybody that I don't think about that needs prayer? Pray for the ostracized ones. Pray for the ones who are out of themselves, out of their minds, out of their character, and they don't know, they're up from their down, and it looks like they're losing everything left and right. They losing marriages, business, contracts. They're losing everything. Pray for them. Pray for the ones who make us want to get up and dance. Pray for the ones who are just trying to get by every day and they don't complain and they don't have nothing to say and they keep it pent up inside of them. That was once me. And I couldn't do it anymore. What you're seeing right now is a woman who has come to the end of herself and who is allowing God to do the work. And I know it's cringy and I know it's vulnerable and I know it's in your face and I know I should get a notebook and get a number 2 pencil and get to doodling. But like at the end of the day and at the beginning of the sentence, this is real, this is raw, and this is how you walk out this walk. It is not going to be easy. It is not going to be beautiful. It is not going to be roses and daisies. You're going to mess up. You're going to freeze up. You're going to be paralyzed sometimes. Sometimes your fear is going to get the best of you. Sometimes you are going to scream and rant, and you are going to be wrong as two left shoes, and you are going to be the villain in your own story and everything else in between. But don't let go of God. Keep going. Find someone. You may not be as extreme as me, but find somebody that will be your safe place. There are a lot of millennials, Generation Zs, and the generation that came before the millennials. I don't even know who those people are. There's a lot of people who don't interact. They are just isolated. They are not a part of a community. They are not in any kind of church. They feel like they feel everything. They feel stigmatism. They feel like they're nothing and they're nobody and they're afraid. It may be pride, it may be vanity, and it may be that they're just afraid to feel something. They're afraid to say, I need help. Because every time they've said, I need help, it's always come with backlash, or it's always come with something that was harsh. They are afraid to be human. We're afraid of humanity, so we run to vanity. We're afraid of it. We're afraid of humanity because we don't really cultivate a society, especially within the church and especially within people of color. We do not cultivate a society that makes it safe to say, I have voices in my head and I can't tell which one is which, and I'm feeling a little depressed, and I feel like I can't get out of bed today, and I think something is going on freaky, and I'm afraid to step out beyond myself in love because I really don't know what that looks like. And I'm socially awkward. And I believe I have like undiagnosed ADHD, and I'm on the spectrum. And something is wrong. But I know that I need somebody, and I'm self-destructing, and I'm hurting people that matter to me because I don't know what's safe from what's not safe. I need help. My prayer is that we make our society, and the change really starts with me. We need to become a safe place for people who don't feel safe and secure within their own bodies, within their own minds. That's what Jesus did. He came to set the captives free. And sometimes that literally requires picking up the phone and texting someone and say, are you okay? I'm checking on you. I haven't heard from you. You want me to come over? I'll watch your kids for you. You need a break? Do you need help with anything? Do you need to talk? Can I give you a hug? Anything. But most importantly, just pray for people, because you never know what somebody is going through, what is affecting them. and we don't know what kind of, I know I'm on here and I am just a mess, but imagine how many people are having silent screams and going through it alone, and they feel like they've done things in their lives that if you knew about it, that you wouldn't even be in their corner. They've done things and they've acted out ways, and they've had times where they weren't sorry, and they've had times where they've recanted and they were sorry, and they've had times where they didn't do nothing, and yet everything came crashing down on them. Let's get back to mercy, empathy, love, intercessory prayer, and awareness of others. Bye for now.